In this video, we're going to look at your income plan and how you can follow the exact same steps given to junior traders inside a London investment firm to help them develop into income generating assets for the company. But just before we look at the income plan steps, it's important that we go over a few topics that will be the difference between your success and failure in this business. The first topic is something that has been a theme of this entire video course, and that is practice. There's a very common saying that practice makes perfect, but what that saying fails to explain is that it's dedicated, passionate practice that truly makes you great. That's the reason why people who drive a car for 20 years never seem to get better at driving, and why sports stars who dedicate their lives to a sport win gold medals. The driver passed their test and then immediately stop trying to get better. They just switch onto autopilot, while the sports stars are constantly striving to improve and build on the existing skills they have to outcompete their rivals. So to be a truly great trader, you must live and breathe it and genuinely love the process of engaging with the market and conducting your fundamental analysis each and every day. As you do that, you must always be looking to improve and find ways to get better or learn from your previous trades. A lot of people have this type of enthusiasm, but they then lack another crucial component to success because they fail to learn or implement the correct methods. It's like the sports star that wants to win gold medals, but's trying to practice his golf using a baseball bat. He can practice as enthusiastically as he likes for as long as possible, but he's never really going to get very good at golf until he starts using a golf club. To really make progress as a trader, you must be using the same analysis as the rest of the market and also understand how that market behaves and operates in various situations. Staring at a chart with no idea or concept of what's happening in the outside world is literally the equivalent of using a baseball bat to try and play golf, and it doesn't make much sense. So the first big lesson you need to retain is that you absorb all of this information and start to understand the whole concept of the markets and fundamental analysis. You really need to start practicing this by taking trades and tracking your progress to highlight areas for improvement. Many junior traders in a firm are given a journal to fill out before and after they take a trade. We have included a template for this in your plan. This process will train your brain to apply what you've learned and make sure you have a solid reason for every trade based on the underlying fundamentals and current expectations of the market. Their progress is gradual and consistent in nature. Nobody walks into a trading floor as a graduate junior trader and then walks out the next month as a multimillionaire. Their progress will often take months, and they will work with a mentor to guide them and make sure they consistently apply the framework that we have covered in this course. So when you are setting your goals, remember that success is built on small gradual steps rather than one big step from nothing to riches. Follow your income plan carefully and you have a very good chance of success. Now, the biggest reason most traders fail can all be tied into the next topic we will look at. The topic is trading psychology. This is one area that the educators and marketers of the world couldn't quite seem to make sexy and simple to sell, so consequently it's a massive overlooked area in the retail trading arena. The reality inside trading firms and hedge funds, on the other hand, couldn't be any more different to this. I've personally worked inside firms that spend hundreds of thousands of dollars every year on people known as performance coaches. These coaches are there to help the firm's top traders stay in the right mindset and keep making lots and lots of money for both themselves and the company. To understand how real this is, simply Google hedge fund performance coaches and read the top results for a better insight into how this world works. The reason for all this is because ultimately, despite your best training, your mindset will play a key role in your success. The very fact that you're watching this video and realizing that mindset and trading psychology is such a big deal already puts you ahead of most all basic retail traders staring at price charts. The next big step away from this being a basic retail trader is to start focusing on and being conscious of your emotional state. Even just knowing that you're in a bad mood or have things on your mind can help you learn to recognize when it might not be a good time to trade. To be successful in trading, you need to perform in something that performance coaches call the zone. When operating in the zone, your brain does not consciously think about what it's doing or how to actually conduct its operations. Think about this in an illustrative way. Imagine making a cup of coffee while talking on the phone. As you engage in the conversation, you naturally get the cup, pour the coffee and add the milk and sugar and complete autopilot. You rarely think through each and every step before you do it. This is what it means to operate in the zone. Sports stars also have to deal with this phenomenon. When they are at peak performance, you will see how easy they make it all look and how effortlessly and simple. This is because they are focused on the result of winning rather than each little step required to perform their sport. You can make a coffee like this and they can win tournaments like that because the skills have been practiced over and over again until the brain can perform them with zero thinking required. This state of performance is what some people call gut instinct or natural talent. It feels like it's coming from within, like no external thought or planning has gone into it, and the only explanation is they have some unique ability no one else can match. Anyone who's experienced gut instinct is simply experiencing the result of years and years of practice or experience in those specific situations. This is how you need to trade from a psychological perspective, and this must be your aim. Conduct your fundamental analysis, practice taking trades, and be aware of your own emotional state as you do it, until you start to experience trades just jumping out at you and positions that you have a very strong feeling about in your gut. When this starts to happen, you know that your practice is starting to pay off and you can begin trading inside that zone, which is so important for your success. Trading psychology is a huge subject and you should definitely study further and look into it more deeply, because every single trader has some specific issue which will be holding them back. By focusing and working through it, you can reach your goals much faster. And this all brings us to the final section of the training videos where we will focus on your income plan. An income plan is basically given to all junior traders so that they can start building up the size of their trading positions without feeling pressure or emotional attachment. The process of an income plan is actually almost ridiculously simple, but it's very powerful and effective for churning out profitable traders that make the firm's regular, consistent trading profits. You can use this income plan method to reach that same point and begin producing a regular, consistent income for yourself. The income plan is based around you planning and recording each trade that you take. In practice, this means making sure you have clear reasons for each trade and then being able to explain these reasons to yourself or anyone else. After the trade has played out, you can then assess it and decide what could be learned from the whole process. What did you do right? What did you do wrong? And is there anything that could have been avoided in hindsight? Reading back through these trades will give you a fantastic insight into how you operate and any weaknesses that seem to be reoccurring. This insight then lets you make a plan to address or fix those weaknesses. Once you're in the process of planning and recording your trades, the next step is to start working towards your income goals. Another mistake that retail traders make is that they try and hit their dream incomes right away. This usually involves too much leverage, the wrong methods being implemented, and huge frustration and disappointment. To avoid that, you need to approach your income plan in the same way that a firm teaches their junior traders to. And the process used by professionals is this. They begin by working out how much they are comfortable losing each day. This means an amount where if you lost it, you wouldn't think about it later and generally it wouldn't ruin your day. Now, this is the baseline for each day's trading. As soon as you lose this amount, you stop and come back tomorrow. So let's say we decide that we're happy losing $100 in a single day without causing us any stress or annoyance. The next step is to structure your trading around this amount. For example, the ultimate goal when starting out is to practice as much as we can. So risking the whole $100 on a single small position is going to be counterproductive in the long run because it doesn't give you any good practice to build on. Each time you take a trade and you set your stop loss, calculate how much the trade will lose if it doesn't go your way. This will tell you how much of your daily allowance you have left to play with next time. If you hit your $100 daily loss, you might decide to continue researching and looking for opportunities, but the rest of the day you will simply paper trade on a demo account. When your trade wins, you should be aiming to make as much profit as possible, of course, but generally a junior trader will be aiming to make double their loss limit in profits. In our $100 example, this means you'll be trying to make around $200 profit during that session. The key is only trading when the opportunities come. Don't force trades and don't trade anything that you know is not really high quality. If you have a news feed, then you at least get 1 or 2 really solid trade opportunities every day. If you walk away with only $150 profit or even just $50, this can be considered a winning day and a success. When your week consists of more winning days than losing days, you can then attempt to increase your daily loss limit and your trade size with it. For example, if you end the week with a $250 overall profit, you can reinvest that $250 into the next week by increasing your daily limit from 100 to 150. Because of course 250 divided by 5 is 50, and this extra 50 can now be added to your daily loss limit. This will allow you to slightly increase your trade size and profit potential without ever leaving your comfort zone in terms of losses. When you have a losing week, simply reduce your daily loss limit accordingly. The reason that the income plan method helps junior traders develop so rapidly into income-making machines is that the focus is on the loss rather than how much they're going to make. This may sound counterintuitive, but by doing this, you'll never lose anything that can damage your account or set you back significantly. And as you get better and start winning more consistently, your trade size builds very gradually into a stable income stream. The goal of a professional trader is to focus initially on this building of funds and trade size. Then, when it becomes significant enough, you can take some out as an income, leave the rest to continue building your trade size and account. As the amounts grow, so your income grows, until the next stage is where you can live off that income fully with no need for any other jobs or incomes from any external sources. You can then take your career or investment decisions in any direction you like. Many traders focus on the money, keeping it simply about enjoying a higher standard of living. They retire from the city with all the core skills they need to continue being active in the markets and managing their own money. My journey, for example, was one of a retail trader that gradually made his way into the city, picked up some fantastic lessons and principles, had a very successful regulated money management business, and now focuses on building and growing my own wealth through various means that include trading, but also buying or creating companies that all produce profits that have the potential to continue growing and expanding. The point is that when I started, I had nothing, and trading gradually gave me an income which grew and grew until I had enough money to be completely free and expand my investments. Trading can do the same for you too, but you must follow an income plan and aim to grow steadily while keeping a close eye on anything that might be holding you back. When you notice such things, you need to act fast, fix them so that your development is not held back. I would strongly recommend that you watch this specific video many times over the coming weeks so that you can make sure you retain the most important points in the forefront of your brain. The next step in the immediate future is for you to now start practicing and utilising the resources we have made available as part of this programme. So please start following the forecasts, messaging your trading coach and using the news feeds. And of course, implement your income plan so that you can hit your goals over the coming weeks and months.